Today we're comparing the Redmi Pad versus one of Lenovo's newest tablets, the Tab M10 Plus 3rd generation. So we're going to compare as much as possible to find out which one is your better option. Now, comparing the price between these two is probably going to depend on where you live, but in the United States, the Tab M10 Plus is normally only $189, but it's been on sale several times. And the Redmi Pad version that I have with 128 gigabytes of storage is $250. The Tab M10 Plus comes with 32, 64, or 128 gigabytes of storage. The Redmi Pad comes with 64 or 128. Both of these have a 10.61 inch IPS display and both are 2000 by 1200 resolution. So you would think the screen quality on these are going to be pretty much identical, and they sort of are for the most part. However, in person, the Redmi Pad appears to have a tad more saturation on colors and has slightly better viewing angles. Almost feels like it has better contrast or deeper blacks. As far as screen quality goes, both look really good in person, especially for more affordable tablets. Probably going to be a toss-up on which one looks better. One advantage for the Redmi Pad is you've got 90 Hz refresh rate, where the M10 Plus is 60 Hz. But in my opinion, both of these look better than the Galaxy Tab A8, which appears to be a little more washed out in person when compared to these two. Now, when it comes to battery life, obviously that's going to be a little bit different for everyone considering what types of stuff you'll be doing, but I like to run the same test on every tablet or phone that I get, and the M10 Plus lasted a good 7 hours before dying completely, so a little above average, while the Redmi Pad lasted about 9 hours, which is really good for a tablet. Both are going to have plenty of juice to get you through a normal workday, obviously depending on what types of stuff you'll be doing, even longer if you turn the screen brightness down. But if you want the tablet with better battery life, I'd go with the Redmi Pad. Software wise, both are on Android 12. You've got the Google Entertainment Space left of the home screen on the M10 Plus, Google Discover Newsfeed on the left for the Redmi Pad. Then on the Xiaomi tablet, some things are going to remind you of what you would see on an iPad. Like when you swipe down from the corner, it really looks like the control center from an iPad. Plus they also separate the notifications, similar to an iPad as well. Sort of personal preference on which one has the better software, but I have to admit, I do kind of like what they're doing on the Redmi Pad, maybe just because it's something different or something I'm not used to, but not so different that it's a steep learning curve. Either way you go, I think most people will enjoy the software on both tablets, and you'll be able to do pretty much the same stuff on both as well. This one may just come down to personal preference on which has the better software. When it comes to performance, both have a MediaTek processor, which you'll typically find in more affordable tablets. You've got the Helio G80 in the Tab M10 Plus versus the Helio G99 in the Redmi Pad. And both versions that I've got have 4 gigabytes of RAM, but when comparing these two, looking at Geekbench scores, not a huge surprise, the Redmi Pad is a little bit better on single core and multi-core scores. You'll probably also notice that the Redmi Pad feels a little smoother or faster just moving around the software, but I feel like both have decent performance considering the price. And as far as gaming goes, you're going to get HD graphics, high frame rates on both tablets for games like PUBG Mobile. I think both are decent for gaming for most casual gamers out there, but the Redmi Pad may tend to load games a little bit faster or load graphics in the background a little quicker, but still it's pretty close between these two when playing the same games during my testing. One other difference is you get a headphone jack with the M10 Plus, but nice thing is you get speakers on each side with Dolby Atmos for both tablets, and both sound pretty good for affordable tablets. But if I had to pick which one sounds better, maybe the Redmi Pad, but really it's too close to call. You can't go wrong with either. Here's a quick sample of each just to give you an idea of what to expect. This doesn't happen too often when comparing cameras, but both tablets have an 8 megapixel front and rear facing camera, and you can go up to 1080p resolution for video recording on both tablets, but you can only record up to 1080p resolution for video on the front facing camera for the Redmi Pad, only 720p for the Tab M10 Plus. So if you're going to be using these for Zoom meetings, video conference calls, I would probably go with the Redmi Pad, but just keep in mind neither of these are going to be the best out there when it comes to photo and video quality. They might be just good enough to get you by if you had to use them, but here's a few samples from each just to give you an idea of what to expect. So hopefully this video gave you a little closer look at these two tablets from Xiaomi and Lenovo. This one was actually closer than I was expecting. I feel like battery life, software, and maybe the headphone jack might make some people lean towards one or the other. But overall, it's nice to see budget tablets getting better, and I'll be working on some more comparisons for the Redmi Pad as well as other tablets. So you'll want to look out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.